Hey guys, Chris Peach here, and welcome to Money Peach TV. Hey, do you remember growing up learning how to handle money? Yeah, neither do I. So that's why we're here today to make money fun again. We're going to talk about the principles in life that matter when it comes to managing your money the right way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Money Peach TV. Before we jump into this incredible episode of Money Peach TV, I want to take a second to talk to you guys about my #1 online program for showing you how to go from with money to being awesome with money, and that's Awesome Money Course. So head on over to awesomemoneycourse.com so you can see why people all over the world are taking advantage of this #1 online program for showing you how to be awesome with your money. Alrighty guys, welcome back to another awesome episode of Money Peach TV. This is episode number 8. So every single week up to this point, we've been talking about different areas how you can take control of your life and your money. And this one is one of my favorite topics because I truly believe that what we're going to talk about today is one of the biggest separators of wealth in our society, and that has to do with car payments. You know, car payments have become a way of life. You don't buy a car without a car payment. Everybody has a car payment, and you'll just always have one. That is mentality of today's society. And so here's some statistics I was looking at on these car payments. Right now, the average car payment in America is $482. It's $482 a month for 67 months and an average interest rate of 4.5%. So a new car, the average new car sold last year was $32,000. And 4 years later, that $32,000 car is only worth about $12,000. Think about that. $32,000 down to $12,000, $482 a month. So we're putting our money in things that go down in value like a rock. Here's how crazy it is. The first hour you buy that vehicle, by the time you buy it, you get it off that car lot and into your driveway, that first hour, that car has lost 11% of its value. 11%. We would never, ever buy anything in our wildest dreams that drops 10 to 11% in value in the first hour. But it gets worse. Over the next 4 years, that new car, depending on make and model, will drop on average 60 to 70% in value. So I remember looking at that going, I told my wife, I said, you know, we keep buying new cars. At the time, we both had new cars and our payments were more than our mortgage. I mean, is the house that was holding the cars in the garage actually had a lower payment than the crap in the garage that was going down in value. There are pieces of metal that had that rust on the bottom, and they were dropping in value like a rock. And I thought, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pay these car payments for the next 4 or 5 years. And then when it comes time to buy another car, we're not going to have money to buy another car. And so we're just going to go and trade it in and get 5 to 7 more years of car payments because that's what normal people do. That's what society does. Well, we're tired of being normal. Normal sucks. Having a car payment sucks. You know, I didn't want to be average anymore. I didn't want to live a life of payments. It's like being a rat in a wheel. So we started looking at what can we do differently. So one of the things that we looked at is if cars lose 60 to 70% of their value in the first 4 years, well, that means they only have 30 to 40% left to lose forever after that. So what if we just decide to buy a car 4 years old or older and we'll let somebody else take the depreciation because there's plenty of people that enjoy paying monthly payments on cars that drop in value like a rock. Let's let them do it. So let's start buying 4-year or older cars. Let's see what happens. Well, here's the difference, okay? Right now, we drive beaters. We have been debt-free since 2011. We have cash saved up, and we thought eventually we were going to buy nicer cars. But we started looking at it going, you know what, the cars we have are fine. And here's something that's crazy. So the car that I drive right now, I bought it for $8,000. $8,000 cash. It's a 2002, and yeah, it's older. Here's what's nice about an older car. You don't give a crap what happens to it. I have 2 young kids. They can throw up in the back. It might smell, but you know what? I don't care. I can hit something can fall on it. It's a piece of metal to impress people at the intersection that we really don't like or they don't like us. So with that said, is I bought that $8,000 car. Now here's what's crazy. When you buy something and you actually own it, they send you this thing called a title. A lot of people don't even know what that looks like because we don't understand what it is to own something. We just think you have a car payment, that's how you own something. So we got the title in the mail. At the top left corner of that title, it tells you the original list price, what the original owner paid for it. So the original owner paid $48,000 for our SUV, and we paid $8,000. So they paid $40,000 or $48,000 down to $8,000. They paid $40,000 to drive that vehicle, and they sold it to me. I paid $8,000 for it a couple years back. I just looked it up recently. I think I could sell it for about $4,500. So I thought, if I consistently do this, because you're going to lose money in a car no matter what. But if I choose to lose $3,000 to $4,000, and this person chooses to lose $40,000, and you do that over a 30, 40-year period, there's a separation in wealth right there, right? So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to start taking a look at how much money is going towards your car. Don't just think about how much money is going towards your car payment, but I want you to look at other factors. What's the value of your make and model 4 years from now? Look that up. It is going to shock you. When you see how much money you're throwing away, on average, a new car, $32,000, on average, it's dropping in value about $100 a week. So add that to your payment. Also, add higher insurance costs, add higher registration costs, because when you drive a more valuable car, the costs go up in it. It's crazy, but this is the separation of wealth. So one of my favorite books of all time is The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. It's one of my all-time favorite books. And in there, he goes and he interviews millionaires from all different walks of life. Millionaire meaning their net worth is $1 million or more. They don't have to make $1 million, but they have to have a net worth of $1 million. And many of these people were net worth deca millionaires, meaning they had $10+ million. So he interviewed them in all different aspects of their lives. One of the areas of their lives he interviewed them in was, what do they drive? And the results were shocking. Millionaires drive, on average, a 2-year or older car. Now, these are multi-millionaires, and they're driving a 2-year or older car. Society and popular culture will lead us to believe that they're driving Range Rovers, Mercedes-Benz, and the latest BMW. That's just not true. They're driving 2-year or older American-made cars. So they got interviewed, and they were asked, why do you drive a 2-year or older car? And the number one response was, they want somebody else to take the depreciation in the early stages of a car buying experience. They'd rather put their money in things that go up in value. So rich people don't become rich because they do dumb things with money. Rich people become rich because they let other people do dumb things with money, and they hang on to their money. There's an old saying that money leaves people who handle it like crap, and it goes to people that handle it well, like rich people. So with that said, car payments are the biggest separation of wealth in today's society. It's that one decision. If you can get over having that new car smell or having the latest car and all that, it's costing you more money than you could ever imagine. Because over the course of 30 to 40 years, somebody is going to be over here that's going to be extremely wealthy, and someone's going to be over here driving a nice car. And that's about it. So with that said, I want you guys to go check out more. I have much more on these car payments, and also I have an entire guide put together on how to sell your car when you owe more than it's worth. Basically, they call that an upside down car. So when you owe more than it's worth, what are your options? I have a free guide and checklist that I want you guys to grab. Head on over to moneypeach.com/session8. When you're there, I'll have all the links to this episode, and I'll have that free guide there because I want you guys to get started. I want you guys to start winning with money. And one of the biggest areas of our lives that we could have a biggest impact right away is with our vehicles. There's a reason why I choose to drive a piece of crap. I drive crap because it's a piece of metal that goes down in value. Meanwhile, I'm putting money into investments, I'm giving money, and I'm doing things with money that I've always wanted to do. And the one thing I'm not doing is I'm not sending it to the bank so I can have a car go down in value 60 to 70% every 4 years. That's a separation of wealth right there. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place, moneypeach.com. We'll see you guys there. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Money Peach TV. But before you leave, I want you to leave with a free gift. Go to moneypeach.com and please download my free budgeting form. 12,000 people as of today all over the world are using this thing every single month. I want you to be one of them as well. The number one habit of highly successful people is being proactive. Be proactive by getting on a budget. Moneypeach.com. Download the budget there. And also, don't forget to check out awesomemoneycourse.com, the number one online program for taking you from with your money to showing you how to truly manage your money the right way. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Boom, da-ba-doom, boom, da-ba-doom.